This pretty good coverage is brought to you by Power Grip, the official retail partner of the European Pro Tour.
Welcome to MDG Media's coverage of Järva Open 2023, 7th stop on the European Pro Tour. We got round 2, front 9, FPO lead card coverage from the legendary Järva Disc Golf Park in Stockholm, Sweden. Top 10 course in the world still. Elina Rydberg leading the charge after day 1, shooting the hot round of -2 from Falköping, Sweden. Sponsored by Clash Discs, 873 rated, 89% C1X putting. 2-stroke lead over Tijna Väisänen. We got to see on our feature card from Rauma, Finland, 919 rated. Prodigy Disc sponsored, coming off of 2 consecutive second place finishes on the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour and the European Pro Tour respectively. Olivia Kindstedt, also in that tie for second place at even par. She's from Porvoo, Finland. Sponsored by Latitude 64. And she's been playing really well lately, including a big win up in Oulu and some close seconds. We have from Sweden, Sofie Björlycke, Vänersborg, 934 rated, and sponsored by RPM Discs, New Zealand manufacturer. And here we see our top 10. Elina, 2 strokes ahead. And it's going to be an exciting moving day here. Getting things started on the difficult hole 1, par 3, 121 meters. Strong sloping hillside right to left, OB lining the fairway on the left. Tight late entrance to the green here, low ceiling. Sloping up and OB behind. Quite a bonus birdie here, especially for the FPO field. We didn't see any birdies yesterday. Elina's forehand's a little overcooked. Cuts back to the middle. Safe. Right up there. Olivia just throwing a putter, looking to place it. Kind of pulls it a little bit right side though. She's going to be a little bit pinched off over there. Sofie, low backhand turnover shot, sliding into the middle of the fairway. Elina back to the forehand. Good looking move on this one. Clips the tree and skips right up to the bullseye. Forehand for Olivia as well. See, a little bit out of position, going up high. Trying to get it to crash down onto the green. And she does so perfectly. Great execution there. Sofie, great move on this backhand. Scaring the basket and checks up close. Nicely played. Tijna also pinched off a little bit over here. She came a little more right than I realized. She's going to go with a big, touchy PA5 turnover, and that's going to put her right there on the circle's edge. Putting was looking great round 1. See if she can get started. Oh! Hits the nubs and the chains and just kind of scoops out the back door somehow. Close, but unfortunate bogey. Oh. Sofie with a little bit right side on that short putt. She's going to have to take a bogey as well. This hole averaging 3.89, so closer to a par 4 really for the FPO field today. Fourth most difficult. Did not see any birdies. We had 61% bogeys or worse. It's quite a bit windier this day, it's worth mentioning. You can see the sun shining and it doesn't look too bad here, but this is a bit more sheltered spot. When we get up on the top of the hills, we'll see that it's quite breezy and pretty shifty wind. Swirling a little. Not too bad this morning, I guess, but it does pick up as the round progresses. Up that steep hill, walk on to 2. Par 3, 96 meters. Straight tunnel shot. Pretty wide gap with the low ceiling though. And death drop off right behind the basket. Needs to be avoided at all costs. Pretty hard to get back up it. It's thickly wooded. So although you can easily find yourself rolling all the way to the bottom, it's much more difficult to find yourself all the way back up on top after one shot. Want to land it about 10-15 meters short and hope you get nice ground play to slide up for a close putt. Otherwise it's nervy. Bit overturn, gets a nice skip and a roll. Back there. Right to circle's edge. Scary putt. But good reaction after being a little bit on the left side there. Hit a tree and rolled near the circle. River here for Olivia. Just gonna test that ceiling. Looks absolutely perfect though. Comes down nice and soft right there. Inside the circle, I believe. Nice straight line. See the wind playing with it a little bit. Skips a little bit long. She's going to be somewhere in C2. Good angle to run the putt, but pretty far off. Low line from Sofie. Wind knocks it down. Kicks back to the fairway. Off those right side trees. Gonna have to settle for par. Put it close. And she does just that. Tijna, a little scary flirting with that drop off. It does check up. Running this putt for birdie. Comes up just short. Nice safe run. Fourth easiest hole on the course today at 3.17. Oh, Olivia's birdie putt just somehow scoops out the back door. Settle for par. Great comebacker from Tijna. We did have birdies from Annalito Giesmanista and Katka Barova today. Elina in for par. Sofie. And Olivia with the unfortunate reaction off the inside of the cage. Sure looked like it was in. It kind of just somehow bounced out. Don't see that too often. Hole 3, par 3, 103 meters. Couple big trees on the right side here that you have to avoid. A couple smaller trees later on in the fairway here that you see. OB right behind the basket. And on the left and right sides, but really tight there behind, as you can see. Playing as the easiest hole on the course today, averaging right at par. Let's see if we can get some birdies here. Great forehand line there. It's going to be about 8 meters, 7 meters putt for birdie. Nice smooth flick from Elina. She's been in great control of all those tries. Olivia's forehand's a little low. Burns out early, but it's safe. Backhand line from Tijna. Yeah, she's going with this low straight line. She got some great ground play yesterday, and this is even better line. She's up right there next to Elina. Backhand turnover from Sofie. Seems to be fighting all the way through. And actually just overshoots it a little bit. Ends up OB behind on the right side a little bit. Great shot, just a little too much. Wind might have carried it a little bit too. You can see it blowing left to right. Slight tail. Great looking upshot from Olivia, right on point. Almost dunks it in. Checks up nicely before the OB behind. Elina to extend her lead on the field. After a great drive. Oh, just a little bit tense. Doesn't quite fully extend. Super close though, right on the top of the cage. Tijna to get back to par for the day. She's high. Opposite mistake from Elina there. They're both right on line. That one just a touch high. She's gonna have to settle for the par here. Sofie with an opportunity to save par after going long OB. She's inside the circle and she drills it. Nicely done. So par frame from the lead card here on 3. Did have one birdie today from Ingvild Lundvik. Routine tap in there from Olivia. Squeaks it over the cage and in for the par. Hole 4, par 300 meters. Tricky line here. Needs to move left to right at the very end. A lot of trees to avoid on the fairway here. Shapes up really good for the righty forehand or the lefty backhand. Those shots will want to avoid these branches that are overhanging on the ceiling and skip right about here on this hard pack spot. And that'll flare them up right towards the basket usually. There is some touchier turnover lines we've seen can be effective. Just a little early release from Elina. Opposite mistake here from Olivia. Too wide left. Caught up early. Here's that backhand line where he's going to try to show you, but way early on the turn, and she hits the same tree that Elina caught up. See if we can get a decent drive here from Sofie. A little too wide, and that kicks hard to the right. So nobody in good position there. Everybody catching something early. You're going to have to scramble. This is not the easiest up and downs. Great move on this one from Olivia. She's put it right there for a putt. Patent pending backhand from Tijna. Skips it right up to the basket. Sofie forehand. Doesn't get much skip, but she's right there for a look at it. Got kind of gobbled up by the green grass. Great looking shot here from Elina with an overstable approach disc. Smashes it into the hillside and skips it right up to the bucket. First up, Sofie. 9-meter putt right in the heart. Olivia buries her par, staying even for the round. We got routine tap-ins for the other pars, so gonna be a par frame here on the 11th most difficult hole. 3.33 average. No birdies today. 28% bogeys or worse. Moving on to hole 5, par 3, 71 meters. Island hole. Everything that misses will go to the drop zone. About 25 meter, really touchy shot. Lots of different ways to attack this one. We've seen many different lines already, including a grenade ace from Kevin Jones on the MPO side, round 1. Hard not to think of that when I see this hole every time. Unbelievable stuff. Caught live on camera. First time ever. Elina going wide, getting it to come back just in time. Catches that widest part of the island. Pretty far from the basket though. But great to see the green flag on this one. Similar line from Olivia, but keeping it a little bit tighter to this pine tree. And that's going to get her to check up right next to the basket. Beautiful drive. Distortion here. Inside line. Catches one of those trees, but it's safe. Another straighter shot through the middle gap. It's working its way right. Checks up. Outside circle look for birdie. Scary putt though with the OB behind. Elina just gonna try to put this close. That'll do. See if Tijna wants a piece of this. No, smart layup. Luck can go wrong with that one from that distance. Basket's perched up on a mound here, so definitely see rollaways. OB lurking really tight behind it. Olivia, easy birdie. One down now. Just one stroke back of the lead. Hard for everyone else. We also had birdies on that one from Annali and Katka today. Moving on to hole 6. Downhill par 3, 148 meters. A lot of woods here at the end of it. See this gap starting to emerge, and you got to try to get through there. That's about 130 meters from the basket. If you can land it somewhere here and skip and slide up there for a birdie look, you'll be well happy. Quite a bonus, especially for the FPO here. 3.78 average. Haven't seen any birdies yet coming into this lead card final or second round. Olivia putting a great move on this, and she's right up there. Circle 2, look at it. 15 meters from the basket. Elina tugs this over a little bit. Needs to stable up, but it slides deep into the bush there. That's a pretty rough spot. See if you can scramble. It's not going to be easy. Tijna drifting that way as well. Can it come back? Does get stable just in time. She's wide on that right side, but with a pretty open lane to the basket. Relatively anyway for this hole. Pretty well guarded green. This shot's fading out into the trees. Elina here. It's a very small window. Down on a knee, forehand. Great move. Getting it to skip up into the circle. Good effort there. Sofie trying to lay down a forehand roller. She's in a bit of a bad place here. Lots of trees. That one hits a tree early. She's still not quite out of it. Tijna with a great upshot. Goes a little long. Almost hit the pole. Oh, great long distance run. She surely wanted that. Olivia for the only birdie in the field so far throughout the event. Drills it home from way deep. Sweet birdie from Olivia. That's 2 in a row, giving her a share of the lead. And with that missed putt, she will overtake Elina. Great highlight putt from Olivia. Tijna with a solid putt for the par. She's hanging in there. 5 pars in a row after that bogey start. Tap in bogeys here for Sofie and Elina. Great birdie there from Olivia. 3.78 average on this hole. 5th most difficult. .67% bogeys or worse on that last one. Hole 7, par 307 meters. Quite a bit uphill with another very well guarded green and a lot of rollaway potential. Narrow gap opening into the circle here with the low ceiling. Very well protected. can see, got to get under these branches and try to get it up through all these trees. Have not seen any birdies yet from the field either day. 3.56 average. Olivia turns it a little early. She's going to be caught up in a bush there. Clips those small trees and in pretty good position to get up and down at least. Should be an open look. Elina pretty heavy on the turn. Came back a little bit, but a little bit off on that right side, making the entrance to the green pretty touchy and tricky. Trying to work it left to right. Flattens out nicely. Skips up there on the left side. A little bit of stuff to deal with, but good distance. Nice approach here. Catches some late trees, but did pretty well to get it up that far. Olivia in a tough spot down on the knee. Trying to swing in a little touch hyzer. She's going to be somewhere on the circle's edge with a couple trees to deal with. There we see Sofie a little obstructed. She hit some of those guardian trees. Tijna in a good spot. Puts it real close. Elina here trying to save the par. Not quite enough juice. It's going to be another bogey. Putting her back to par for the event. Olivia here trying to keep it clean. It's up short. It's way uphill to the basket here. It's hard to give it enough, and then you gotta be careful if you hit metal and miss. It can easily roll back at you. Great putt there from Sofie, getting the par. Tijna also with the par. And Olivia and Elina taking the bogeys. Hole 8, par 3, 96 meters. Up over these small trees. And trying to get it to land soft on the really steeply sloped left to right hillside. Beautiful views all around. Rollaway potential really in effect here. Got to try to match the disc angle with the slope and just hope for the best. You can see how thick it is in the rough all around. Those trees and bushes, lots of thorns. Nice move on this one. Comes down, skips and rolls. Keeps rolling. Yeah. Down into the bush. I think it's not too deep in there at least. Should be able to get herself up and down for par pretty easily at least, but quite a bad roll away. Pretty common result though. Sofie's going to be in circle 2 with a pretty good look at it. Putter shot from Olivia. Drifting a little left. Catches the bushes, but comes back to the fairway nicely. Elina throwing a mid-range. Looking for it to drift. Seems to be up there on the left side. Here she is trying to scramble. Has to reach out with the forehand. Nice touch on this. Dropping it there on the green. Olivia has a stab at it. Pretty good effort from out of position there. Sofie just lays up. Tijna after the roll away. Still an opportunity. Oh. Catches some branches. Elina catches the band. Rolls a little bit. Oh, quite a bit. Checks up around the circle's edge. Oh, and then just hits the cage, so some putting woes here on 8 for Elina. She had a solid start to the round with 5 pars, and now dropping quite a few strokes back here at the end of the front 9. Par cleanups and that double bogey tap in. So Olivia now with a 2-stroke lead over Tijna, 3 over Elina, 4 over Sofie. Hole 9, par 4, 178 meters. Snaking first from right to left and then quickly back left to straight and then right again to a death drop off green. Really tight tunnel at the on the upshot here. As you can see, all these tightly congested pine trees shape the fairway, and the basket placed precariously right there after the slope begins. About 70 degrees straight drop off. There is a little U-disc wall banner there to catch some of the rollaways, but you really want to avoid heading down there at all costs if you can. Third hardest hole on the course today at 4.89 average. No birdies yet coming into this card. Solid shot there into a good spot. Wide on the right for Olivia. Comes back nicely. It's a little bit too much angle on this one. Don't really want to be over on that right side if you can avoid it. She is safe, but not great angles in towards the green at least. A little bit fluffed his forehand, kicks around and comes down somewhere up there in the pines. Great move on this from Tijna. Oh, catches that inside tree. It's looking good, but she'll have to lay up from back there. This forehand catches the other side of the gap. See that wind gusting a little bit. Nice touch here. Sliding it right up to the basket. Beautifully done. Trying to do something similar. Coming in a little hot though, and nothing to stop it. Ooh, punishing. Look where she is. Way back there with a really difficult line back up to the basket. Tons of stuff in the way and incredibly uphill. Good up there. Olivia seems to have found a pretty good lane here, which is lucky. And she's able to jump putt and put it close. Tijna, right where you don't want to be on this course. See that she's just got basically nothing to work with. She's trying to get anything through those trees to get herself a upshot on the next one. Still not easy. There she's on the circle's edge or so. Still a little bit of work left. Nice putt there for the par. Double bogey for Tijna. Ooh. Tried to slip out the back door. Stays put. Solid pars. That's it for the front nine of moving day here. Second round Järva Open 2023. Seen some shifts around on the leaderboard. Olivia now out in front at -1. Annalie Togismanistad charging. She's 2 down for the round and tied with Elina now for second place. Sofie and Tijna there just 1 stroke behind them in 4th. And quite a few players trying to make moves here. Looking forward to the back nine, seeing how it shakes out for the final day positions. Pleasure to bring you this coverage as always. Big thanks to MDG Media and all the partners. Andrew Gum here. Looking forward to seeing you on the back nine.